So industrial settings means everything from cutting metal, oil and gas, heavy manufacturing to things like bakery, packaging, a wide variety of different food applications, things along those lines. And they all have different types of equipment. So you've got everything from ovens and conveyors to saws, mills, lathes, things like that. And some of them are very new. And so the IoT stuff is kind of built in already, to very old, right? Things that have been around since World War II. And it's basically relay logic and things that are clicking, and it doesn't really know what's going well, what's going poorly. So a wide range of different technologies need to be leveraged in order to connect all of these different types of equipment, and then feed that into a system where data can be analyzed, enriched, presented in such a way to either an operator who's trying to say, hey, this machine that's been around since World War II is doing the right thing, doing the wrong thing. It seems to be going well, but we're not real sure. There's just such a wide range of what it could be doing, all the way up to then CEO level, where he wants to see, I've got 20 facilities that are making different parts, right? Which ones are doing well, which ones are doing poorly, where do we need to focus effort, money, resources, whatever the case might be, to say, okay, this is our next step for 6 months, a year down the road, to make decisions and figure out what the business is going to do. There's so many connectivity challenges in these environments. Not only is it difficult because there's a lot of noise from an electromagnetic interference standpoint with motor controllers, right? Big cables with a lot of power running through them. Things that start and stop, and just there's so much interference that, especially from a wireless perspective, getting anything connected can be really, really difficult. Additionally, they tend to be big facilities, so you've got things that need to be connected on the ceiling, on the floor, things that move, right? Forklifts, cranes, pieces of industrial equipment are all different ways to connect, right? Industrial environments also tend to be really dirty, so you can't just stick a router you buy from Best Buy or wherever on a machine and expect it to connect. It needs to be ruggedized in some way, shape, or form. And then in addition to that, if you're trying to get things out of a building where they don't want you on their network or something along those lines, right? If you're an OEM or a machine builder, and you think, oh, I'll just use cellular, right? Getting out of the building can be challenging because they're big metal boxes with a lot of concrete and, like I said, interference. And then if you want to go on the roof or think you can get outside in some way, shape, or form, additionally, they're out in industrial parks out in the middle of nowhere, so the cell service isn't going to be like it is at a home or a residential place where there's just more connectivity. So there's no one answer, right? You're going to have to, depending on the piece of technology that you're connecting to, right? If it's old, you've got to find something that can connect to it and enrich that data some way, shape, or form. If you've got a new piece of technology, right, it might be a lot easier. And then you need to enable the people in the facilities to see what's going on. So ways to input data, so like tablets or something along those lines. Way to tell people, as close to real time as you can get what's happening on the shop floor. So putting monitors or TVs up so that everyone can kind of see, okay, things are going well, things are going poorly, someone needs help over here. That's an important piece of it. And then, getting that information out of the facility so that, like I said, at like the CEO level or something like that, if you've got multiple different facilities, someone can see what's going on across that. So, having Wi-Fi, wired internet is obviously important. And then, additionally, you can do something like private LTE in areas where, cell networks are either difficult to get at, or if you're doing something like really proprietary, right, and you don't want to exist where someone might be able to get at your information. Right, there's just so many different things that you have to leverage across, your whole solution or your whole facility to get everything that you want.